Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. There's plenty to talk about this week, so we're going to jump right in. Checked out this week. There is a review. It is a spoiler-free review for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the new Amazon Prime series starring Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. I'll just give you my quick thoughts. You can watch the whole review. Look, I really liked it. I thought it was really dope. It's a pretty fun series. It does something that I think is clever, which is basically explaining how relationships work, or the sort of the tropes and the steps of a new relationship under the guise of like this sort of spy thriller as well, which is just clever. I really enjoyed it. I liked the two leads. I thought they had really great charisma. I would definitely recommend it. Terrence, you watched through the series as well.
Yeah, I finished it. I did. I enjoyed it. It felt like, what was that movie that Adam Driver and Marriage Story mixed with John Wick is what I would make. Is what I would have.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they had a really wild relationship, right? Like,
yeah,
you're spies. And they like throw you together to be fucking husband and wife. Like, that's a weird way to become a couple. But yeah, the chemistry was cool. Like, Donald Glover, the way Donald Glover was acting, like he was more of the
stereotypical.
I don't like to say. I don't like to say.
They played against type.
Yeah, they played. He was the more feminine individual in the relationship. If we're talking about like how niggas talk in podcasts today, and she was like kind of a crazy person. Right? She was an asshole. Like, yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy canceling you right now. I'm busy canceling.
please, by all means.
Yeah, she was a bit of. I mean, and it all comes full circle by the when you finish the series. But I wanted her to fall off a cliff sometimes because she was getting on my fucking nerves. But
you're being a real jerk right now.
You're like, what is wrong with you? What the fuck is your problem? But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. The action sequences were surprisingly, they gave these people a couple dollars for this shit. The action sequence was kind of dope. The interaction between those two was really cool. Donald Glover, he's been knocking it out of the park and everything he's been doing over the last like 5 or 6 years. This is a fun watch.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the first episode and then kind of one day I just ran through the other 7. I just finished it like today, the last episode.
Yeah,
which I had a bit of an issue with, but that's not
it takes a turn that I was like, where are we going with this? Right? Like it felt a little odd. They sum it up at the end, and I think in a good way, but it was like, oh, okay, this is surprising, right? Considering the tone of the rest of the series. But yeah, I dug it. I like the cameos that were in it as well. Again, I don't want to give that kind of stuff away, but the cameos in it were really good. I thought it was a clever thing that all of the episodes are named like moments in a relationship. It's like first date, first vacation, do you want kids? That's the way they're named. I thought was just kind of clever.
My favorite episode was Therapy.
That episode was.
That was my favorite episode.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, like their way to deal with that was quite funny too. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I really had no major problems with it. People were. I mean, it's funny because this originally was developed by Glover and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and she walked away from the series because she had some sort of creative conflict with Glover. And then what is the woman's name? Francesca Sloan came on. I don't know her from anything else. I don't know if she did work with him previously, like on Atlanta or something. But like clearly, whatever they decided to do, like super worked. Like it has an Atlanta feel to it in some ways. Like I mentioned in my review, those episodes that are not a part of the main story of Atlanta, like the odd offshoot episodes, it kind of feels like that in a way. Like so, if you like that show, I can't imagine you wouldn't like this. So yeah, I dug it. So check out Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's 8 episodes. It's a pretty easy watch. As I promised, I watched Ghostbusters: Afterlife after we watched the Frozen Empire trailer last week. I thought it was really good. 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 I thought it was really I don't know how people couldn't like that movie and be a Ghostbusters fan. I don't understand it. Like, apparently, like, audiences really enjoyed it. I don't know how you couldn't. Like, it's a love letter to Harold Ramis, is what it is. Like, this is, I guess, a spoiler. The movie's been out like a year and a half or something like that. But like, you get to see all four of the original Ghostbusters together in a certain capacity, and it's kind of a fun moment. Like, they're not the part of the main cast, but they kind of show up at the end. And it's just a love letter to Harold Ramis. Like, it quite literally is. It works really well in connection to the original two movies, like what happens and all that other shit. Like the people who find all of this stuff, like basically Aegon left New York and like went out to this like place in the Midwest and like lived on this farm. And you see in the beginning, you see him like fighting these ghosts or whatever. And then a number of months later, his grandchildren and his daughter come up to that house. And like his granddaughter, who kind of looks like a young version of him and is like, she's, I guess like on the spectrum or whatever, but she's super, super bright. She kind of finds all of his stuff. And so she kind of gets into it, and then his grandson gets into it. Like, they didn't make Finn Wolfhard, the kid from Stranger Things, like, he's not the kid who's like, yeah, all right, like, he's not the kid who's like all gung-ho about the Ghostbusters. Like, he's just a regular teenager. It's his grandfather, but it's his sister that actually finds all the stuff, and she's all gung-ho about it. Her and a friend of hers. And it works. Like, Paul Rudd is in it, and he's like a local teacher or whatever, and he kind of gets pulled into the whole thing, and then their mom gets pulled into it. But it worked. Like, if you like Ghostbusters and you hadn't seen it, and I just hadn't gotten around to watching it, like, it gives you a lot of the good feels from the original movies. And then when you see the Ghostbusters at the end together, like, that's kind of a fun moment, stuff like that. And it's a good full circle kind of story. But it makes me really excited for Frozen Empire. Like, I will say that. If you were on the fence about these movies, like, I get not wanting to see the Paul Feig movie. That makes sense. It didn't look good. But
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Oh, what if Bridesmaids were Ghostbusters? I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, you guys let me know how it is. I mean, it was like the same story, it seemed like. But yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I also watched the first 3 episodes, that the only ones that are available right now, of Masters of the Air. This is the sequel or spiritual sequel to Band of Brothers that Tom Hanks is involved in. Look, for all of the things about World War II, there is one thing that this series does incredibly well, and I'm enjoying the first 3 episodes. Getting into a bomber at that time was fucking insane. Like, they do a really good job of showing you, like, yeah, these were giant death traps, and anybody who got into these things was a crazy person. And they're like, oh, they're heroes. No, they were just insane. Like, that, just full stop, they were fucking crazy. Like, the ways in which people get hurt, getting shot is the least of your worries. Like, oh, we got shot? Well, that was expected. All the other shit. Like, they have, because it's all about the bombardiers, right? And I supposedly, like, later in the series, or maybe coming up, I don't know, the Red Tails are involved in stuff like that, because they were obviously involved in that too. Which that's really why I'm watching. I'm like, I want to see how they're portrayed and like how their flying is shown. Just because that Red Tails movie was fucking terrible. All the flight scenes are dope as fuck. Like,
because
they're actually really good.
Because you're looking forward to it, and I'm a hater. I want them to be portrayed like the Dumbo Crows. I just think that would be funny.
See, well, you're an asshole. That would be a wild interpretation. Like, Tom Hanks, how the fuck are you involved in this? Like, I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. Like, isn't that how they talk? Like, no, Neo. That's not how all of them talked. Thank you. His portrayal was terrible. But yeah, all the flight scenes and stuff like that, and all the action sequences are very good. There is bombing raids in every single episode. Like, that's basically how the episodes start. Like, hey, today's mission is doing this, and you're like, a lot of people gonna die, and a lot of people do die. Like it feels like what's the show or what's the movie that Tom Hanks was also in for World War II?
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan, where you're just like, who's gonna make it? Like, maybe the lead, and like that's kind of it. Like, if you're in that guy's plane, you're fine. Everybody else is up for grabs. And there are like major actors who are in the show, and I'm like, oh, that guy's gonna live, and it's like, nah, like nah, he's not gonna live. Like he's gonna get fucking dead, and it's gonna be gruesome. But like there's a moment where there's a guy in like one of the sort of the gunner windows, right? But it's the one that hangs under the plane.
It's those motherfuckers are just sitting chilling underneath the plane in a bubble.
In glass, in glass.
Yeah, it's not like it's tempered glass. Like,
so they're like
not bulletproof.
Right, not at all. And you could easily get shot and murdered. Well, one guy that's down there, like he's fucking shooting as like they have this really cool fucking moment in the first episode. Like they're flying, I think they're flying like over France or something like that. Or they're in some sort of Nazi territory. And they're flying and they're just being shelled from the ground, like by howitzers or whatever. And, that's fucking terrifying in and of itself. And then all of a sudden, all the bombing stops. And they immediately just go, oh shit, you know what that means? And immediately there's all these fucking, they're like, there's all these dogfighters that come at them and just sort of start wrecking the shit out of their ships. But this guy is like hanging on the bottom and he's shooting and his gun gets jammed and he doesn't have gloves on or he has gloves on, but he can't like open the chamber where it has the bullets in it because his gloves are like too thick or whatever. He takes his gloves off. He forgets that how hot the gun is and he touches it. So he burns his fucking hands, right? Because you're in the middle of a gunfight, right? So you're not thinking exactly clearly. Then the bubble he's in gets shot, but he doesn't die. But because it's shot and you're 30,000 feet up, he gets frostbite in his crotch, which is another way to possibly die. I'm like, yo, why would you get in this thing? Like, that's insane. It's insane how these guys got hurt. The fact that any of these guys survived is a testament to luck. But it's good. Like, it's really good. It's a good story. The guy who played Elvis recently, like he's the lead in that. Like he had to go to whatever his name is. Like he had to go to a language guy to try to break the Elvis impression that he had been doing because he had been doing it so much. He still kind of has it a little bit in this, and I'm like, please stop. Like stop doing that. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty good. So I'm looking forward to the Red Tails episodes, but no thanks. I
forgot to mention Ferrari actually kind of conveyed that with driving those cars. The movie Ferrari conveyed like driving a car like that in the 50s. Yeah, if you crash, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
you will die. It's like you have to be a lunatic. You had to be a lunatic to drive those cars back because they were doing 150 miles an hour. It's just an engine and like a fucking whatever the fuck the fucking chassis is made out of.
Like they didn't have a roll
crash chassis wheels. No, they were just sitting in them cars. And if you crash into a wall or something, yeah, there's like a 95% chance you're dead. So yeah. Back in the day, wow.
Yeah. Did you either one of you ever see a movie called First Man with Ryan Gosling?
I never got around to seeing it.
Yo, that movie it has the same. Not as dark. That movie's like super dark, but that's about Neil Armstrong like getting to the moon. But it's all done as if like, hey, going to the moon is a horror movie. And it's the most terrifying fucking thing you've ever done, which it was. And so like the entire thing is played like that. It's not like heroic or whatever. Like they get in the space shuttle or whatever, and you just hear everything creaking, and they're like, yeah, I think we're going to make it. Like, no, you're probably just going to blow up and die. Like, everything feels terrifying.
Because it was a bunch of technology from the 60s.
Yeah. and again, with Masters of the Air, this is the 40s, my nigga. Like, they just got in the planes 9 minutes ago. Get the fuck out of here. No, come on, just
And you're a bomber. Like, you don't have a lot of maneuverability, dog.
No, yo.
So again, you're in that. You can't. There's no dogfighting. Like, you're just getting lit up. Good night.
Yo, and like it's hilarious because at one point they're like, we're all taking off, and they get, I don't know, 5 minutes into the air, and it's like, one of the engines went out. We're gonna have to turn around. Best of luck, guys. Good luck. I'm gonna go land. It's like, yo, you've been up for 5 minutes. That's it. I don't know. I don't know how we won the war. Everybody else's technology must have been garbage because ours was shit too. Like it's incredible. But yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're interested in that sort of history. It's fascinating. Let's see. I watched a lot because my wife and my daughter are not in town. I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. You know what? You're 100% right. The soundtrack does a lot of the heavy lifting in this movie. It does. It does. I was like, yeah, I know that song. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's dumb, but I enjoyed it. Like, it's as dumb as all the other Transformers movies, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, they look good. Transformers looked good. The story is ridiculous as fuck. But yeah, I dug it. Like, I dug the ending with the fucking G.I. Joe thing. I was like, all right, like, just make the movie. It's fine. It's fine. I'll see it. I guess we know what Mega Man will look like at some point.
Yeah, that fucking.
I mean, like, yeah, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, like it was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. I liked it better than the Bay movies. I'll say that. I can at least see what
I like the two leads. I like the two human leads. I like those two actors. So they were, yeah. That was a plus for me because I like both of them. So,
well, like it's funny again because I thought about when I was watching that, like, because people always complain, we don't need a Transformers movie with human beings. Yeah, you do. You do. You do. Just
the Transformers cartoon had human beings in it, guys.
Right, like you do. You need somebody to connect to in this insane situation, like you do. And I think people said that because they didn't like Shia LaBeouf, right? Like he was an annoying character, but like having characters that are like doing something and aren't just saying no the whole time. Yeah. It works a little bit better. I mean, they gave this nigga a super suit. Like, yo, he was fighting alongside Optimus Prime. I was like, all right, I'm all in. Like, you just got to give him something to do. And then it works.
Right. That's the fantasy, right? Like, all these kids, all you little kids, you want to fight alongside Optimus Prime, right? Like, that's why the human characters are stand-ins for the human beings watching the movie. Like,
I never understood that argument. Like, you got to have them there. Those movies would do incredibly. You know what you'd get if the humans weren't there? The Final Fantasy movie, Spirits Within, where you're like, I can't connect to any of this. Like, this movie is a mess.
I barely remember that damn. I watched that movie. Did I see that movie in the theater?
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I owned it on DVD at one point. I was like, it looked amazing. It did look amazing. It was not a great movie. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Like.
And he also told fucking Optimus Prime, he's like, sorry, nigga, I'm not trusting you. You couldn't even protect your own family.
Yeah, I was like
I was like, all right, nigga, you need to relax. He'll throw you through a fucking, okay.
Just step on you. Like,
right. But,
I also did. I did enjoy Pete Davidson as.
He crushed it as Mirage. Yeah, he was really good as Mirage.
I was like, whose voice is that? And I was like, oh shit. It's like, all right, that's cool. I like that they didn't make it Bumblebee again as the robot that dealt with the humans. Like, yeah, you got to change it up a little bit. So I dug that. Here's what I didn't like. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. I don't like the writing on this movie at all. Like, that is my number one issue with this. It has one of the worst scenes in a Mission Impossible movie I've ever seen, which is this weird exposition scene with Cary Elwes, who is he's the DNI, Director of National Intelligence. And he's like, who is this? Who are these people? What are they doing? What is this key? I mean, he's just literally, those are the questions. Like, he's speaking.
Is this at the beginning or the end?
No, this is the beginning.
This is like, it's got to be within like 25 minutes of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I know
All right.
I know what
two
part
major,
you're talking about.
He has two major scenes. he has two major scenes. One right in the beginning where Ethan is
Pretending
disguised
to be
as
that's the
somebody,
scene.
right? And then
and then
one at the end, where he's like, it's so I should have known that it was at the beginning because you said you didn't finish it.
I did not. Yo, I'm gonna try to finish it, but yo, that scene was written like I used to write, like in middle school. What is your name? Who is this? Like you just keep writing these very plain, silly fucking sentences, and it was just like, who the fuck wrote this scene? Like he was smirking in the scene. Like I feel like he knew how dumb what he was saying was. Oh,
like I get
IMF. What is IMF?
I get what the scene is trying to convey, right? The scene is trying to convey the fact that the IMF not only has the stupidest name for a military outfit, but it's so secretive that even this high level, super secret politician doesn't even know anything about it. But it didn't come off that way. It just came off like, hey, this is your first time watching a Mission Impossible movie, so I'm going to ask all the stupid ass questions that your stupid ass is going to ask when you come into the 8th movie of a series.
Yeah, look, the movie even has the like last time on Mission Impossible opening where they show you scenes of the movie you're watching like in the future, which I think is very weird. But I was like, why is he talking like this? It was very strange. I didn't like it. I found the action sequences to be kind of monotonous, like the driving around scene. Like it took
action scene I enjoyed was the chase scene where the two of them are handcuffed to each other, and she doesn't know how to drive a stick. And so he's trying to teach her how to drive while they're fumbling with. That was the only action scene that I really cared about. Everything else I had seen already through the marketing or through video games, or it just didn't have like the bite that I thought that these movies would have. You didn't even make it to the motorcycle jump, did you?
No. No,
because that was towards the end.
I made it to the end of the car chase scene, and I agreed to disagree. I did not find that chase sequence that interesting. I found it funny when she was driving, and then when he started driving.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
When
she's trying to drive.
When he started driving,
then it became a boring chase scene.
I was like, we saw that in the last movie. We saw it in the last movie, or 2 movies ago, or whatever. Like there was a part of I think it's in. It might have been in which is it Fallout or Rogue Nation that no I think it's Rogue Nation where like they're in the armored truck with the guy and it starts filling with water and that whole sequence.
I think it's Rogue Nation,
right? The Art de Triomphe or whatever that whole sequence, right? It felt like, I swear to God, they were in the same part of town driving around in this one. I was like, this is the same part. I was like, I recognize that street. Like, I think we've been here before. Like, that's what it felt like. I was very, very unimpressed. Like, I just was. And you know what it is? And I messaged the two of you guys about it. I don't like the AI as a villain. It's dumb. It's that Eagle Eye movie.
It's very stupid. It's very stupid, and it's a piss poor commentary on AI, taking things over regarding movies and art. It's a piss poor commentary about it, and the AI has a human because the AI can't do anything apparently without the bad guy, right? The dude in the white coat, right? Like. Yeah. The AI still needed a human to get to wherever the fuck it needed to go or whatever the fuck the AI wants to do. I don't know what the fuck the AI wants to do, yo. I don't know what the fuck he wants it to do. And look, that's how you know that I'm really upset.
Somebody needs to explain this to
me. Because my fucking accent is coming out because I get really upset when my fucking accent comes out and I just don't know, yo. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I finished it. I finally finished it. It took me like a month to finish the movie. I finished it, and I'm like, what the fuck are the keys for?
It's to shut down the thing
Right.
in the beginning of the thing.
What thing? In the submarine?
Yeah.
The thing from fucking...
And what does that do?
What is that? What is that the thing from fucking...
Isn't that the AI? Isn't that the AI?
From
Yeah,
Horizon?
the AI caused the submarine to shoot at another submarine or some shit, right? Like
Fake
the AI is just kind of fucking with shit for
Yeah,
no
why
reason.
would it do that? Why would it do
Like, is it Ultron?
right?
Like
Like
it?
yeah, I didn't understand that. Like the argument is that this AI, like because what it was, like it did it learn how to lie from social media? Like that was a very weird thing. They were like, it was on
it's
social media,
sentient.
and we didn't get it. We didn't really care that it was on social media. But then it started twisting the truth and everything else. Yeah, but here's the thing with AI, like. Yeah, it doesn't really, it's not really designed to be a troll. Like that's what this AI is. It's a, hey, I made this bomb. I made this bomb, right? You got the bomb? Hey, did you defuse it? You opened it? What was in there? Nothing. Psych, nigga, I'm AI. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's the thing that happened in the movie. It played a psych game?
Did you get to the part, nigga? Did you get to the part? Did you get to the part where they are looking for Elsa, and like those, and it's a nighttime scene, it's a chase scene. They're looking for Elsa, and Benji's trying to help them.
No, I don't think so.
You didn't get to that part. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it for you.
That's fine.
The AI. So Elsa is like they're searching for Elsa. They're searching for Elsa, and Ethan is like, Benji, where's Elsa? I don't know where I'm going. You got to be my eyes, all right? And Benji's like, okay, turn left here, turn right here, turn left here. The AI somehow gets into their communications, and the AI is mimicking Benji's voice and telling Ethan to go different directions and shit, just so that the human that is working with the AI can kill Elsa. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like you said, it's being a troll, yo. It's intercepting.
It's not how it works, yo.
Like if you're gonna have, see, this makes all my trepidation about AI and art makes me seem like a fucking idiot, because these dummies think that this is what AI is, right? These dummies think that, oh, okay, the AI is gonna deep fake Benji's voice and is gonna tell me to go in this direction.
I mean, here's the thing. Like they get it, they get all these things like weirdly half right. Can AI mimic your voice? Yes, it can. Would AI troll you and be like, go left, bro? Did you do it? Psych, it's a prank, bro.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
Shut up, bro. That's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. And like, I don't like that idea as a villain. Like, it makes a lot more sense if Gabriel is the villain of the story, like the true villain of the story, and he's using AI, right? Like, he's the one behind the man behind the whole thing, and he's like, fucking, mimic the voice, tell him to go left. Like, that would make more sense. AI is a tool. It is not, they're like, it's sentient. Wow, already? What the fuck are we talking about? That's insane.
Well, this is the first. This is the part one of a 2-part series. So maybe they'll let us know what the fuck the AI really wants to do in the second.
I don't know, man.
Second
Peace in our time. That's what it wants. Peace in our time.
Peace in our time. It has
Does
to
it want to launch rockets?
Beings. No, my guess, because this is piss poor writing, my guess is the only way for the Earth to be truly safe is to kill all human beings, right? It's
Peace in our time, nigga. It's Ultron.
It's the Ultron thing. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Then what?
And then it can rest.
Because it's not robots.
Yeah. Well, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. It's a Skynet.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm really sick and tired of that being the reason why machines turn on man. Like, it's an old trope. It's been done to death. If you're gonna do it well. Don't do it with this. Like, oh, the AI is so smart. Well, guess what, AI? Can you walk up a flight of stairs? No. You need fucking Gabriel to take you to certain places.
Yeah. Put me
and
on
shit.
put me on a laptop, nigga. Now go up the stairs and then plug me in. Yo, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I did not understand why they went with that. Like, they like, okay, the thing in the airport, right, where Gabriel's being hidden from all the cameras or whatever. That would have been cool if Gabriel was the one controlling the AI, right? And
right.
He was just
if Gabriel was a technomancer like fucking Iron Man, that would be more plausible than just like, nope, the AI is controlling him. What? No.
Go left, Gabriel. Oh, okay. Why am I listening to you? Fuck you. Like, what does Gabriel get out of the AI? What does Gabriel get out of the AI? I'll give you $40 million in crypto. How about 60? It doesn't mean anything to you. Give me $1 trillion in crypto. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what is that guy getting out of it? An AI girlfriend? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the AI paying him? Does the AI have a bank account? I don't know. Is it still stealing money from old ladies and then Jason Statham has to come in? I don't know, but none of this
is money gonna matter?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
again, why is he doing it? What is his motivation? And don't tell me, it's because it's a two-parter. We'll find out. That's shit writing, dude.
That's absurd. That is absurd.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of it.
No, I did not care for this. I'll finish it before next week, yo. But look, you're not giving me a lot of confidence going into the second movie. You're really not. And then I also started watching the second season of Tokyo Vice. It's very, very good. For people who watched the first season of that, there was a headline out today: Tokyo Vice is the best show on TV you're not watching. So that is still true. But yeah, all your favorite players are back in that second season. All right, let's take a quick break and come right back. All right, topics this week. Micah, take it away.
Denzel Washington and Spike Lee are reuniting to remake a Kurosawa movie with A24 and Apple. Every one of those names means I'm going to watch it.
Yep.
Right? I don't give a damn what it is. Every single one of those names means I'm going to watch it. The two are reuniting for their fifth film together. The first since 2006 is Inside Man. I didn't see Inside Man.
It's a good movie.
Inside Man's good. I like it. I enjoy it a lot.
It's very much unlike every other Spike Lee movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
That's probably why it looked different. That's probably why I didn't see it. It looked very conventional.
Yo, but it's
Spike Lee is far from
Denzel Washington versus Clive Owen. Yo, like they are them niggas are acting in that movie. Like they're putting on a show, even for a conventional movie.
All right, well, I'll have to go back and watch it. Apple Original Films and A24 are partnering on High and Low, which will be released theatrically by A24 before going to Apple TV. It's based off of Akira Kurosawa's movie, High and Low, translated in Japanese as Heaven and Hell. And it's based off a 1959 novel called King's Ransom by Ed McBain. It follows the story of a board member for a Japanese company who is forced to make a decision between using a vast amount of wealth to gain executive control and helping his employee by lending him the money to free his child from kidnappers. So
Denzel
when I
Washington
read
going to be a board member of this Japanese company, that's what I want. Denzel Washington in Japan.
Yeah, don't change anything by way of Brooklyn.
So if this movie, let's say this movie is just going to be an American remake, right? It follows a board member of a company who is forced to make a decision between vast amount of wealth to gain executive control or helping his employee. If this was American and white people, I think we all know the answer, and this movie will be over very, very quickly.
It'll be over in 10 minutes.
Best of luck.
Help me save my kid.
We kidnapped your wife, and you need to sell all your shares, or she'll die.
No,
it's quite the proposition.
Yeah. And that was
Oh my god.
Oh, at least he got sick afterwards. He felt bad. Not that bad. He was like, we had a deal. That was fucked up.
Oh shit. Look, this is an interesting premise. I like my Asian movies. One of Martin Scorsese's movies was a remake of an Asian film, and it won an Oscar. That was The Departed.
The Departed, yeah.
Look, hopefully this is better than Spike Lee's Old Boy.
I didn't hate Spike Lee's Old Boy. I know it's not as good as the original, but because that's a tall hill to climb. But it wasn't as bad as people said it was. It just was kind of unnecessary.
It wasn't as bad. There you go. That's the right word, because Old Boy is one of my favorite foreign films ever. Second to Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. And I haven't seen Lady Vengeance. I should probably rectify that. But Old Boy and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is those are like 1 and 2 for me. And both directed by Park Chan-wook. And yeah, I
saw the devil.
Yeah, that movie is fucked up.
So yeah, okay. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm very curious to see how this plays out. This honestly feels like another conventional Spike Lee movie, which I'm not opposed to, right? Yeah. But Spike Lee has a certain. He's an auteur, right? Yeah. And I generally don't want to say. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it though. It sounds good. What do you think?
I feel like you're probably gonna have to watch the original one, because I feel like he's gonna throw some isms from the original into this just to show respect for Kurosawa, since he is an auteur and he loves movies so much. I can see him throwing some stuff in that you probably wouldn't get unless you see the original one. But it's fucking Denzel Washington and Spike Lee. I'm not watching. Fuck. And A24. Come on, like you said.
Like it's down the ballot. It's got all of the. It has all of the makings of a thing that I would see. So
like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no reason for me not to see it. And look, anytime Denzel, like Spike Lee is one thing, Denzel is another thing. The two of them together is a completely different animal. Like they have an ability. They have a familiarity with each other that just works incredibly well. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. So yeah, I don't know any. I've never seen High and Low, so I don't have any thoughts on the story in and of itself. But yeah, I'm definitely there for it.
Next up, HBO is partnering with Mattson Tomlin, an in-demand scribe who did uncredited work on Matt Reeves' The Batman and is co-writing its sequel, The Batman Part 2. He also wrote Keanu Reeves' action comic adaptation, Berserker, and the upcoming video game adaptation, Mega Man. This writer...
Transformers movie. He was awesome.
This is the person that will be writing the Game of Thrones spinoff, Aegon's Conquest. I guess is the title. I don't know if that's the title, but that's what it's based off of for you Game of Thrones fans. Aegon's Conquest is basically a direct prequel to the hit House of the Dragons, telling the story of the Targaryens' bloody and brutal conquest of Westeros. The story follows the invader, Aegon Targaryen, who conquered the continent of Westeros with his sister wives. Ew. These black-ass names, yo. These black-ass names. I know I hear it, but when I see it spelled out, it's like...
Wait, which one?
What's this? Rhaenys
and Visenya.
Rhaenys and Visenya. All right.
Rhaenys.
Bobby
Yes, Rhaenys. Yeah. Yeah, these
I
niggas
don't
sound
wanna
like people from the block. Yo, in Baltimore.
I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want to hear nobody talk about black names ever again.
How do I pronounce it? I don't know. Figure out how you pronounce every motherfucker on Game of Thrones. Shut up.
Right, motherfuckers can pronounce Schwarzenegger, but you can't pronounce fucking black names. All right, get out of here. Aegon successfully unified 6 of the 7 kingdoms in just 2 years, with only Dorne able to successfully resist. Look, I like Game of Thrones, but I'm not like into Game of Thrones like that. I'll watch it though, because it's too. I can't remember people's names, yo. Like that's a real big thing for me, yo. Like I'm serious about that. Like I don't know what these motherfuckers' names are, which is why I like House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was just saying I had to Google who Aegon was. Like I didn't know who that was. I Googled it. I was like, oh, is that little kid? I didn't know which one. I was like, is that the dude from like Doctor Who? Like I didn't know which one of the white people with blonde hair he was. I don't remember. Like I just don't remember.
Right.
Which one is he?
He's a kid in House of Dragon.
Oh. Which one?
He's one of the little white ones. He's one of the not black kids with blonde dreads. Yeah, you just have to Google it.
I don't know if the other one was there. I don't look, man.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't remember them. I don't remember.
Yeah, like I just want to watch the show. That's why I like House of the Dragon a little more than the original Game of Thrones, just so far, because we're kind of focused, right? Like I can't sit there with the NOI family tree in my hand while I'm watching a fucking TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is too much. It's too much.
That is the biggest criticism that I think most people, if they're being honest, have with the original series. Like, yo, there's too much lore, yo. There's just too much of it. It's just like, yo, how am I supposed to remember? And you're jumping back and forth. Like, oh, this episode is not even all focused on these people. It's like a quarter of this episode is focused here, and a quarter of it's focused on this other family, and then this one, and then this other family from fucking 55 years ago. Yo, that's too much. I'm just going to concentrate on this and hope this story is a part of the big story when we get all the way to the end. Like that's all you can do. You just hang on for dear life.
Right? Like think about it this way, right? Like they're telling, like the original Game of Thrones is telling a story about people in different regions and all that. And like, I get it. Right. And look, I need to pay attention a little more, right? Before, all you Game of Thrones fans come at me. Yes, I do need to pay attention a little more. But like, imagine telling a story of someone from New York, and then someone from Florida, and then someone from California, and then someone from Nebraska, and then someone from Montana. Like, and then all of those people are involved in some sort of. It's just weird. It's just weird.
And all of their families, and then sometimes go back in time about their ancestors while you're telling the regular story. That's a fucking lot, dude. Like, I have serious attention deficit issues. I can't keep up with all of that shit. Like, I thought about it because I'm doing like a lot of books on tape right now, which has been working well for me. I was like, maybe I'll go back and read Game of Thrones. And then I just thought about it. I was like, nah. Like I can't, yo. Like, it's too many names that sound way too similar. Like, there's Aegon, and then there's like Aragon.
Aegon
like,
and Taegon.
Yeah, like, yeah. Like, it's like Tomaz and Zammot or whatever. Tomax and Zammot from fucking G.I. Joe. Like, it's enough. That's enough. It's too many. It's too many. But that's why I do like House of Dragon. I mean, I watched all of Game of Thrones, and I enjoyed it. But I just stopped worrying about the names of, like, 97% of the people on screen. Like I just did. I was like, give me the ones that have like normal-ish names. Like I can remember them, and then that's it. And I'm like, oh, him and her. Like that's all I need to know. And then like move on. Jaime Lannister. Thank you. It's a very easy name for me to remember. It's not a problem. So yeah. All right. So we're getting a spinoff of a spinoff.
Cool. Already.
Oh, they're gonna milk shit out of this, man. They're going to milk the shit out of this. And I bet you it won't take 2 years between seasons to get these things out anymore.
No. Well, the second they realized that all of you niggas out there were lying about not going back and watching anymore Game of Thrones shit. I'm not gonna watch it. The biggest numbers that series has ever had. Shut up. Yeah, once they knew they had your ass hooked, yeah, it was over. Of course.
They'll just say that, Benioff and Weiss aren't involved. So
yeah, but you knew that when you said that shit, when you were lying on the internet. I'm never gonna watch it. All right, we'll see. Second they showed you a nigga with a sword, it was over. I'll have to tune in on Sunday to see how bad it is. Okay. Yeah, that's why. So good. I'll watch it as long as they just stay focused. I'm fine. Works for me.
So what? All right, you're Spanish now, or you're Mexican now. What does? How do you pronounce this person's first name? Is it Fede, like Fede Wap? Is it Feed?
I think it's probably Fede.
It's
Fede.
It
doesn't have an accent mark. Does it have an accent mark?
No, it's Fede. It's Fede Alvarez. That's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
I've heard him pronounce it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would assume it's Fede, but yeah, okay.
All right.
And it's definitely not Fede Wap, by the way. That's not the name of that person.
Our resident Mexican Terrence answered my question.
Thank you.
After being rumored for some time, Fede Alvarez's upcoming addition to the Alien franchise has officially confirmed the title of Alien Romulus. Cool. As part of a wave of announcements on the back of Disney's Q1 earnings call. The new movie title was confirmed along with the news that it is still expected to arrive in cinemas on August 16th, 2024. I know what I'm doing for my wife's birthday. Not going to the movies. Per Deadline, a new blurb was also revealed, not giving much more detail, but setting up another terrifying chapter in the franchise. It reads, young people from a distant world must face the most terrifying life form in the universe. It will be set between the original Alien and Aliens star Kaylee Spani.
Yeah, it's like they spelled space wrong or something. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, like spacey but wrong. Speaking with Variety, Kaylee, Cailee. Don't talk about the spelling of black names ever again. Speaking with Variety, Kaylee offered some insight into the director's film, confirming the ongoing rumor that it will slot between the first and second movies. Here's what she's had to say below. It's supposed to slot in between. Don't say slot for some reason. I don't like that. It's just weird. It's set between the first and the second movie. They brought the same team from Aliens, the James Cameron film. The same people who built those xenomorphs actually came back and built ours. So getting to see the original design with the original people who have been working on these films for 45 plus years. And has been so much of their lives. I'm stroking out, guys.
The fuck?
Yeah. What? Right. Like.
No.
Okay.
It's 38 years.
Right. It's been incredible. Apparently. Maybe she's talking about the first Alien. Right. When did the first Alien come out?
It came out in 79.
79.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look. I'm a Predator guy, not an Aliens guy. But I did like that Aliens movie when you guys finally sat me down and said you need to see this movie. I was very surprised that they would just kind of crib from Halo the way they did, but
yes.
That's you crib from the best.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This comes out like I haven't seen any of the Romulus. Like the movies, the two movies that what's his name did.
Covenant and
Prometheus and Covenant.
Prometheus and Covenant. I didn't see those two movies. What's his name? The original director direct those.
Yes.
Ridley Scott,
Ridley Scott, yeah,
Tony Scott, Ridley Scott, whatever, one of
Ridley
Scott
Scott.
brothers.
Tony Scott is dead.
Oh yeah, he did. He did Man on Fire, right?
Yes,
Excellent.
Yeah. Creasy.
I didn't see those, but apparently those weren't very good.
they are not very good.
Okay.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on in Alien. And what was the first one?
Prometheus.
Not Covenant. Prometheus. I didn't know what the fuck was going on in Prometheus, yo. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. There was like the engineers of these big albino, like it looked like powder roids, and then they died, and a xenomorph popped out, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is that the one where Idris Elba had a southern accent, nigga?
Yeah, I didn't see those two because I heard they weren't very good. Here's the thing about the Alien series. It hasn't been good since 86. Aliens 3 wasn't even good.
I've never seen
it. Hasn't been good in 35 years. It hasn't. Like Aliens 3 was directed by David Fincher.
Yep.
And even that wasn't good. So, like, the first two movies are the best. And if this is set between the first two movies, you don't have to go back in time to whatever the fuck y'all niggas were talking about with Romulus and Prometheus or whatever. But the thing is, I don't know, man. Fede Alvarez is a good director. He did the Evil Dead remake, right? Which was excellent.
The latest one or the first one?
The first remake. The one that came out in like 2016.
Oh, that
you like that one? Yeah,
I did. Where she was like, "Don't do it, bitch." She was under the stairs.
That was a very good remake, man.
Yeah, it was good.
So like it's in good hands, but it's all going to depend on the story because Ripley is such an iconic character. It's gonna be tough to top those first two movies. Like they haven't done it since.
I don't even need them. I mean, I think that's a tall order. I don't need them to top it. Just
at least be just as good.
Yeah, just as good.
Which again,
that's hard.
Nah, man, Aliens is one of the greatest fucking like it's an action horror movie, and it's one of the greatest action horror movies of all time. It just is. Like now, I will stand on that one because
now. Do you think they lean more towards Alien or they lean towards Aliens? Right? Do they go action horror or do they action sci-fi horror or do they just go straight horror?
No, they'll do action horror, I think, because you gotta get butts in seats, and quite frankly, people don't. Well,
Fede Alvarez is a horror guy.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that first movie wasn't. That first movie was more psychological horror, right? Like it wasn't.
That first movie is like a haunted house movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because their budget was also incredibly low, right? Like you can't show the shark, that sort of thing, right? But none of the other. I mean, I think I've never seen Aliens 3, by the way, but I would say Covenant or Prometheus aren't action horror movies. They're just trying to be horror.
Were they trying to be horror movies? I don't know what the classified those movies is.
Look.
I really don't.
I didn't say it succeeded. No, I didn't say it succeeded. I'm just saying I don't see where the action part is. Aliens has a lot of actual action in it. The other ones I feel like are just like, hey, we're going on to a different planet. Like they feel like a Jason Voorhees kind of movie. Like we're going into a different neighborhood with a different group of kids. I hope we don't get murdered. That's kind of what happens. I'm just wondering, like, do you continue to lean into that? Now, this guy is, like you said, he is a horror director, so it would make sense. But nobody's really tried to copy what Cameron did, of like a bunch of like we've never had Space Marines to like the extent that we had them in Aliens. Like we've never had that in anything else.
I don't think they're going to go that route because he's done. I think it's going to be closer to Alien. I think
it's a smarter move, honestly. It's easier to do.
He's done. He did Don't Breathe. He did Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one sucked. That remake for 2022 was terrible. That's a strike. Like that movie was fucking awful. But yeah, he's a horror guy. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be rated. Is it going to be rated R? It should be.
It should be.
I'd imagine it would be.
Okay, I looked on Wikipedia. You're right. Prometheus and Covenant are classified as science fiction horror movies. And let me ask you a question, okay? When you think Alien, when you think the Xenomorph and the Alien franchise and these movies, which one do you think of? Do you think of the horror movie or do you think of the action movie?
It honestly depends on who you ask. Some people love Alien, and some people love Aliens.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, I'm asking y'all. Come on, nigga. Don't be bougie. I believe Terrence.
No,
okay?
I love both of them. I
do like both of them. Look, I am definitely partial.
Yeah.
I am definitely partial to people shooting guns. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend. Like, I'm not gonna pretend.
Right.
I'm just. But I mean, like, oh shit, it's coming! Shoot! Right? Like that. In fairness to me, that
came out in a fucking mech suit at the end.
Right? I mean, come on, man. I'm definitely partial.
One of the most iconic fucking lines in movie history. I wish I was in a movie theater when that shit came out in '86.
Oh, people were fucking hyped.
I know them fucking, but I'm probably more partial to Aliens, honestly, because it's just fucking cooler.
Yeah,
like I love horror, but like Aliens is the crowd pleaser.
It is. It's the crowd pleaser. That's 100%.
Yeah.
And they've been kind of look, they've been failing at these horror alien movies after that. But like you said, this guy is a horror guy, so maybe he brings a new sensibility to it because the Scots aren't horror directors.
Now,
the best 3 Alien movies is what? Alien, Aliens, and Alien Isolation, the fucking video game.
Oh, I've never.
That came out a couple years ago. It's like seriously.
I mean, look,
it's like the best representation of aliens since the movie from '86.
Look, I'm not gonna be a dick here, but I do feel like you guys are being jerks because none of you have mentioned Alien versus Predator in any of this conversation, and those movies had Sanaa Lathan, I believe, running alongside a Predator.
The Predators, right?
Yeah, it was good. It's great. Those are good movies. Wasn't the second one PG-13, I believe? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Requiem.
I don't think I've never seen the second movie. When someone said this is PG-13, I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, I saw
no
the
matter who wins, we lose.
Sounds great. I hope this is good. That's all. Because it's in need of we're in need of a good alien movie. It's been very long.
It's long overdue.
Very fucking long time. I was 5 when the last good one came out, and they keep trying, and they keep fucking failing.
Yeah, they do. Good.
Hopefully, it's good.
Okay. Next up, Disney Plus loses 1.3 million subscribers. That's not good. Amid a price hike, streaming loss shrinks by only $300 million. Only.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
like these numbers really irritate me.
Yeah, it's like it's only 300 million. After they did that price hike in October, which added in, which drove prices from $10.99 to $13.99 and $14.99 up to $17.99 if you had the Disney Plus Hulu bundle. They lost all these people, which is quite a lot. Disney Plus core subscribers, which include U.S. and Canada customers, dropped 111.3 million and 112.6 million reported in the previous quarter, according to Disney's quarterly results. Meanwhile, Disney Plus Hotstar, which is an Indian channel, added 700,000 subscribers during its October-December quarter, rising to 38.3 million from its 37.6 million at the tail end of September. So collectively totaled 149.6 million streaming subscribers across 2 services at the end of 2023, dipping slightly from the overall 150.2 million the prior quarter. Look, this is not good, but it's obvious that it has nothing. It probably has nothing to do with what's on the channels as much as people just don't have the money for it. There's only 2 ways.
I mean, it might.
Probably both.
It's probably both.
Like, nigga, what the fuck are you asking? Why are you making me pay more for shit that I didn't already seen?
Well,
Like
I
you
mean,
bring out a new like MCU property every 6 months.
right. And that's what I was going to say. It's like there's only two ways to fix this, right? Which is you need to add more things to the platform, or you need to drop the price, which that is not what they're going to do. I feel like they shouldn't have jumped the price up so much when they included Hulu. Like you should have probably even maybe grandfather people in for like 6 months or something like that, and just let them start to get used to Hulu being there, and then start getting like new favorite shows through that. And then you crank the price up a little bit because then people are like, I'm already invested in that type of shit, which is a terrible, evil thing to do, but it's exactly how you make money. You get people hooked. So
That fucking, what is it, $3.99 increase for Amazon? Like they just started the ads, but it's only like 2 ads before the show starts.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna just watch the ads.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
break
not,
up the show.
not that bad.
Yeah.
look, Paramount Plus, that I definitely pay for out of my own pocket. I don't use someone else's account. That would be crazy. Some cheap fuck who won't pay for no commercials. And like they're like, here's 75 seconds or 90 seconds of commercials before this terrible Mission Impossible movie. And then there's no more commercials after that. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's how it should be done.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
perfect.
I hit play, I let the commercials go, I walk right into my kitchen, I do something for 90 seconds, and then I come back and it's like, and there's the Paramount logo. Yeah, it's fine. This shit doesn't bother me.
Yeah, Amazon is 30.
30 seconds?
30 seconds, yo. It's like,
Yeah.
here's the 2 commercials. Here you go. I'm like, I'm not paying an extra $3 to fucking get rid of that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, by the way,
nice. Now, what I don't
finished.
like
Oh, go ahead.
is 3 minutes of commercials.
Oh, in the
That's-
middle of a show? No, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. Thanks for listening to the ads for this show, by the way. We appreciate that. In fairness, you can fast forward. That's the difference.
Yeah.
We're stuck. Yeah, but like the other thing is like I speaking of Amazon, I finished season 2 of Reacher. Did either one of you finish watching season 2 of that?
Yeah, I finished it. That shit was fucking ridiculous. I loved it, but it was
Nigga.
fucking ridiculous.
They just became assassins by the end. They're just like, why don't we just blow this helicopter out of the sky? I was like, okay, is that what we're doing? All right. Yeah.
Assassins. They were just straight up murderers. You know, in that fucking scene in the cabin, which was funny.
Oh yeah.
I was like, God damn, nigga. Okay, well, all right.
A lot of people
They
died.
fuck with their friends.
I did see a video. They were like, Reacher breaks streaming with its toxic masculinity. Like, yeah, a real man show. I was like, who's complaining about Reacher? Everybody seems to like that show. Are you just making videos?
Who said that?
Like, dude, nobody's mad about that show. Like, people like it. Like
you watching Reacher, you know what the fuck you're getting.
yeah.
It's
Like,
just
I
some
don't think
big
anybody
nigga on
is
the. It's just some
beating
huge
people
nigga
up.
on the spectrum. He has no fucking. He doesn't take social cues very well, and he just beats people up. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you know that guy is bipolar in real life, incidentally.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah, he's not that good of an actor.
It's like, no wonder why he's so goddamn good. Okay.
Yo,
There you go.
they're like talking to him, and he's just like he turns and just walks away. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like I guess he just didn't
all right.
agree. Like, what do you got there? I have a pass that I can ride any bus for a whole year. Okay, like have fun. Like it's like when you think about him as like a Spectrum character, it's just kind of funny. He's just like,
It's just like, all right. Like he can
All right.
throw you through a wall.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah, it just makes more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he's odd. He's just an odd character otherwise. Like, that makes total sense.
right.
It's just like,
Yeah,
I
that
got
show
a
was
railway
crazy.
pass.
That show was so fun.
What'd you do with your money? I bought a toothbrush. That's it? Yeah, that's it. I didn't really need anything else. You know what? All right. Cool.
It's fine by me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying that show thoroughly. It's great. Stop trying to make up shit for fucking YouTube bait, you assholes. Next up, an Oscar for Best Casting is set as an Academy Awards category in 2026. And the question is, will stunt workers and voice actors be next to get?
Yeah, thank you. I was about to say, yo, like,
Best casting?
best HR rep. Like, what the fuck?
Like, what is that even?
Come on, yo, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Because you can cast whoever you want, but like if the chemistry is off, no matter who the fuck you cast. I mean, the casting director doesn't mean anything.
You know how you I just that really makes me mad, yo. Like
stunt workers and voice actors definitely deserve to be a category before this. 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Like why are there not stunt like stunt people are literally cast in roles that
but like
actors can't do.
But imagine if someone cast multiple stunt people all together in a movie, they could win an Oscar. We hired a bunch of Asians to fight each other. May I have my Oscar now? Like, okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird choice for an Oscar category. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, sometimes that takes, like, it does sometimes take a little bit of talent to figure out who is best to do these kind of things. But like, sometimes it's just three niggas on a podcast fan casting and just happen to get it right. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, right? Like sometimes it's just pure luck. By the way, here's a company that should absolutely be in the running every year. Marvel, because they have really good casting. Like they do.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they fucking nail it. So it'll be interesting to see what type of films and how that works. Like, how do you determine this category when you're like, how does this not just be the same as Best Picture? You know what I mean? Like I just never understood, like, how do you get Best Picture nominations, but like the director is not a part of that. Like they don't get Best Director. Like that shit is very weird to me. I don't know how this is not going to mirror just all the movies that are picked for Best Picture. Because like, it doesn't feel discerning enough of a thing. Like, if a movie is the best movie of the year, is the best movie because the cast is great, the writing is great. Like, you already have the best cast. Like, you just told me that. So,
right,
it's weird. Yeah, it feels like a double.
So the casting director is going to get this award?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, casting directors.
All right,
often, as this article says, often the unsung heroes of film production rarely receive mainstream recognition.
Who else doesn't receive mainstream recognition? The person pretending to be John Wick.
Get thrown over, get hit by a car and shit.
Right.
He's thrown out the 3-story window and lands on a goddamn Plymouth.
Right. The guy that Keanu Reeves hits with a car around the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Nigga. That's who. The guy playing Keanu Reeves' character as he's thrown down 4 flights of stairs. Like, that's who doesn't get recognition. What the fuck?
This is a dumb category. Like,
it is, man.
It just feels
for like
redundant.
biopics? Like, because if you cast a movie, okay, you have a bunch of good actors that gel together. You did that? Like, you're not acting. I don't get it. Like, the actors have to be good together.
But
That's
then
not
it's
you.
a Best
I guess
Picture.
you pick the people. Yeah. But some Best Pictures get snubbed. So like if a picture is not up for Best Picture, and it gets put in the Best Casting Director category, is that like a consolation prize? Consolation prize?
Like,
I don't understand it. I don't understand how this works.
Like,
right,
I'm looking at this guy named John Papsidera is a casting director, okay? And I found his name because I Googled casting director Oppenheimer. Yo, you gonna give that guy credit for just saying, hey, how about we get every famous person to be in Oppenheimer? Like, what the fuck?
Let's see. What about if we got, let's see, Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr.
Killian.
Him too. He's also in the movie. Like, I'm not a casting director. I don't have to know that. Like you just, like you said, like you just pick all of them, or you do really what they do. Hey, who's all the famous people that have been in all the comic book movies? Well, we just pick all of them. Or you do what Martin Scorsese does. Hey, why don't we just pick all of my friends I've worked with in the last 7 movies that have been extremely successful? Okay, wow,
Yeah.
big job. Does Martin Scorsese get the credit?
Pull? Right. Who has the pull when like someone is casting a movie for Martin Scorsese or Christopher Nolan or Spike Lee?
They do.
Right.
They do. Get the fuck out of here. Why do you think they keep picking them?
Director.
Like, you even need one.
What is the casting director's job here? What does the casting director do?
You think James Gunn needs a casting director? Do you really think he needs one? No, he doesn't need one. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I looked it up. A casting director, or CD, because it's so hard to say casting director, is in charge of most of the daily work involved in the process during pre-production. A casting director is sometimes assisted by a casting associate. Do they get an award? Productions with large numbers of
probably
extras.
does all the fucking work.
Right. Productions with a large number of extras may have their own extras casting director. Is that person going to get an award? However, in all aspects of film and television production budget, they are all part of the above the line, answering to the director as part of their staff. I don't. Yeah, like
I think a casting director is probably more important in television than movies. Honestly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because
just like showrunners are more important than individual directors of episodes of television.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. I would just want to know. I'm not saying their job isn't important. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I want to know, how do you determine if a movie wins Best Picture? How is that not exactly the same fucking category as, like, what movie is not in Best Picture but has an amazing cast that all works together and they gel so well? Then why the fuck are they not in the Best Picture category? It doesn't make any sense. This movie was directed so incredibly well. It's the best picture of the year. It's one of the best pictures of the year. Hey, is the director up for Best Director? Fuck no. Get out of here. Get Greta Gerwig the fuck out of here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. You can't be. I don't understand. Like, the writing on this movie is excellent. It's one of the best movies. Is it in the category for best screenplay? Absolutely not. It was a piece of shit. Like, make that make sense. There's so many categories in the Oscars that are so repetitive. They're just so repetitive. Like, if you're in one, you should be in another one. Like, it should be easy. So no, this is dumb. I would rather have stuntman or voice work. I think is actually also very good, and that should not go to any regular actors. It should be only voice actors. Not
right. The problem with the voice acting Oscar is that it's just going to be an avenue for, AAA celebrities to voice your, cartoons, and
I don't want that.
Another avenue for them to get an Oscar. So I don't think that voice acting is going to happen. But stunt work, I mean, it's egregious at this point. It's egregious. Mm-hmm. Like the big budget Hollywood blockbusters are the things that shoulder the load of the box office and get people into the theaters and pump money into that economy, so that you can make your artsy fartsy movies in November and December. And they don't get any kind of recognition. Like, those people die for these roles. Literally, they die performing this work, and they get 2 seconds on an in memoriam slide, maybe, depending on who else died that year. So, it's fucking bullshit, man. I mean, look, that's fine. Casting directors, okay, that's great. I'm happy for y'all, but like, stunt people not being recognized is ridiculous.
Do nothing.
I've never heard of a casting director losing an arm on a motorcycle stunt. I never heard of that.
Hey, what the fuck?
And now I can't do my job ever again. And it's never a good movie. They never lose an arm in a good movie. It's always some nonsense. Like, oh, cool.
Right.
Can't wait to see Winnie the Pooh kills kids or whatever, part 2. Like, no, it was fucking garbage. They're making a second one of those. Blood.
Yeah,
they're making another one. Yeah, I'm not watching
the first one. Came out like 6 months ago, but all right.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I guess it cost like $25 to make, so who cares? I think it made a profit though.
I hope so. I hope it did.
Low budget horror movie.
Yeah. This is my favorite story of the week. This is fucking hilarious. Gina Carano, who clearly took too many punches to the head in UFC, has decided that she is now that she's being financially backed by ex-owner Elon Musk, she is going to sue Disney for wrongful termination when she was kicked off of The Mandalorian when she used to play Cara Dune. She was fired for posting abhorrent and unacceptable social media posts. I believe she posted pictures from the Holocaust and said, this is what it's like being a Republican. And she kept posting pictures of the Holocaust before that, making like similar comments. And the people at Disney were like, we're going to need you to knock that off. Like, stop doing that. And she was like, no, I'm bigger than Disney. I'm Cara Dune on The Mandalorian. And they were like, you're fired. You're not bigger than us. And then she got mad. She got big mad. And then she went and worked for the Daily Wire and was in a bunch of Ben Shapiro movies. And they weren't good. Shocking news. Turns out Ben Shapiro's not a very good writer. Who knew?
Why would you compare being a Republican to being in the Holocaust when Bob Iger is Jewish? Why would you do that?
Maybe she thought she was working for Walt Disney.
Walt Disney would have been all about it.
He's like,
he
was like, you know what? You goddamn right. By the way, I'm not sure the Holocaust was real. Like, all right, Walt, relax. Walt Disney was a piece of shit anti-Semite. So okay, here's the funny part. On CNBC, Disney CEO Bob Iger was asked about it, and they said, "What do you have any like comments about the lawsuit?" And his response, I quote, "None." And then he just simply moved on to another part of the conversation. Like, no, she's only suing Disney for $75,000 and demanding that the court, in a court order, demanding that Lucasfilm recast the role. No.
What?
We're not going
somebody else?
Yeah. She demands that the
So
character
she wants
live
the
on.
character to be a person? She just wants the character to live on?
Yeah. And she wants $75,000. Nah.
For what?
Yeah.
75,000. That seems kind of low.
It seems
Very fucking low.
No, you know what it seems like? It seems like somebody's broke and they need just a little bit of money to get over. Like they got bills and shit. Like, I got exactly $73,000 worth of bills. I need 75 grand. Like, 75 grand is a wildly specific number. It's super low. Now, if you're gonna sue Disney, give me $25 billion.
I'm gonna sue you for $25 billion. Fuck you. I know I'm not gonna get it, but we can come to an agreement.
Yeah,
that's how
grand.
That's how negotiations work, right? Like you ask for some astronomical number, and then you settle with, look, we're not gonna pay you $850 billion. Here's $1 million. Okay. All right, I'll take it.
It's fine.
She's the worst negotiator. I'm going to start the bidding at 75 grand. Disney was like, I'm sorry, what? You know what? We'll pay it. Fuck off. Just leave us alone. They should just pay it and just be like, get out of here. Get out of here. Here's your 75,000. You know what?
Pull that shit out of his pocket.
You know what? Here's 80,000. Fuck you. Let's throw it at you. drive by her house and throw it at her front door. Knock it off. Look, I
wouldn't
you know
pay
what?
her shit, by the way. I wouldn't pay her shit.
Oh, no.
No. Fuck out of here.
No,
so that you can claim that victory? So you can claim that victory?
Oh, no.
I don't fucking think so. Get out of here.
If I was
but
Disney,
you
I
know-
would take her to court. Be like, no, you don't have the money. You don't have the money for this.
Oh, no. She's being backed by Elon Musk. Oh, she's got the money. He gonna back her and spend millions of dollars for her to get $0. Okay.
Oh, I would still be like, oh, cool. We're gonna waste his money. Cool. All right, whatever. Fine.
All right, well, this is fucking battle this
Dickhead
shit
too.
out for a year. But here's the funny thing is, I would concede on one thing. I would recast that character, and then I would do a fucking Poochie. I'd be like, Cara Dune died on the way back to her home planet. Like immediately, yo. The very first episode she was in, I would kill that character. Hey guys, I'm back, and then I'd have her get shot. Like, oh shit, and then she'd die. And I'd be like,
Nah, I'd recast it. I'd recast that character with like Sarah Silverman or somebody, some like extremely Jewish woman.
Just a stereotype.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey
fuck
Kyle,
outta
it's
here.
me, Kyle too. Like just a raging Jewish stereotype. They could just call George Lucas and be like, "Hey, what was your inspiration for Watto in that Star Wars movie?" He's like, "You know what? He's got a friend named Kara." I'm like, great. Yeah, this is ridiculous. $75,000 is a fucking joke. It's a joke. Right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's quoted as saying, "Some of us have been unjustly singled out, harassed, persecuted, and had our livelihood stripped away because we dare to encourage conversation, ask questions, and refuse to go along with the mob. I am honored that my case has been chosen to be supported by the company that has been one of the last glimmers of hope for free speech in the world." She's talking about Twitter, run by Elon Musk. Are you sure about that? Like, he's literally been stopping people from having free speech on his platform. What are you talking about? Like, I know Republicans aren't good at, like, knowing facts and shit, but, like, you got to know that, like, he's not a free speech advocate. Like, he says he is, but he's not. He's not
Yeah, he says all the stupid shit that that you're supposed to say, but he's not like he's one of those rich people that has like the thinnest skin in the world, right? Who can dish it out but can't take it, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
he's a punk
I yeah, like it just
he is, Joe. He is. He's a fucking coward. Like,
I think they all are though. I think they all are, right? Like they project this whole like Jack Reacher's a man's man. What about those days, right? Like
Jack Reacher makes himself broke on purpose. Jack Reacher doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't spend money.
He's
He's not a billionaire.
He's kind of a social justice warrior. He just goes around helping people out of the kindness of his heart. A lot of virtue signaling.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, he doesn't get anything out of helping people.
No.
He just likes hurting people.
Yeah, he
And
really-
they
he
don't
really
get
enjoys that.
they don't get that shit, right? Like they don't get that, right? Like what he instinctively sees injustice and wants to help. Now his method of helping is beating the shit out of people. But like he's you gotta make a few you gotta make an omelet, you gotta crack a few heads, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, he
like what the fuck?
he kicked the truck and made the airbag. Yeah, that was like the wildest shit. I was like, this nigga's too big. But yeah, he's much like all heroes and superheroes. They're generally, unless they're the A team, they're not heroes for hire. Like that's not. They just do shit because it's the right thing to do. So like. But no, Musk is not a free speech absolutist. He's not a free speech advocate at all. He's a liar. He also has had absolutely terrible, like wrongful terminations at his own companies. Twitter not being the exception there. So yeah, look, Gina Carano again. This means nothing. Who cares? Bob Iger is more excited about Moana 2 happening. He doesn't give a shit about this. So. Yeah, all right. You want $75,000. Look, you want to spend Elon Musk money to get nothing, by all means. Both of you are idiots. So, best of luck. Okay, What the Fuck brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
Grace, someone from the UK, was horrified to find the streets in some areas of this place were lined with hundreds of spiders and webs. People were stunned by the bizarre natural phenomenon. However, the 33-year-old did clarify that
I know where
it was a rarity.
I know where this is.
All right. Just Bali, right?
Yeah, it's in Bali. If you've been looking for a reason not to come to Bali, this is it. Grace said. She walked down the street in the village of. She showed the thousands of golden orb weaver spiders in the webs stretching all the way from the ground to the power lines above. And they have the TikTok here. It's a lot of fucking spiders, man.
Phenomenon before. Like, this isn't new. I've seen this before a couple years ago.
Yeah, I saw the TikTok the other day. I was disgusted by this.
No thanks. I don't fuck with spiders.
This is the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. Not exaggerating, she joked. It's hell on earth.
I'm not leaving my house.
Maybe.
Nope.
Nah. Like, my wife
take a
would die.
and just set that whole shit on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seems completely reasonable to me.
It would all burn very quickly.
Like, if I ever wanted a divorce, I would show my wife this video. Because this is literally her worst nightmare.
No, if you really want a divorce, you take her to Bali and you don't tell her that season's coming up. Like, yeah, let's just stay just a couple days. And then she walk outside, she be like, nigga, it's over. Like, somehow you knew about this. Like, no.
Yeah, she might fuck around and drop dead from a heart attack and some shit
she
like
would.
that.
Like, she definitely would.
Man. Like, I would.
Like, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that my wife is afraid of is an arachnophobe, yo. Like, she is.
She can't look at pictures of the Spider-Man logo. She's like, that's too much. You got to get a new favorite character. Get out of here with this. Absolutely not. Yeah, fuck that. No thanks. All right, Terrence, you're up.
Man sues dozens of women for giving him negative reviews in a Facebook group. A guy is suing 27 women for $75 million. See, this nigga's negotiating. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what the fuck Gina Carano was doing for $75 million after they posted negative comments about him on a Facebook dating group, calling him very clingy and a ghoster. 32-year-old Nico D'Ambrosio claims that his reputation was tarnished after several women who claimed to have dated him posted their negative experiences on a private Facebook group called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?"
Oh, shit.
The popular group originated in this place, but has since branched out to other cities and is mainly used by women to share their experiences with men and ask for advice about various red flags. In D'Ambrosio's case, dozens of women wrote derogatory comments labeling him as clingy or accusing him of ghosting them after getting what he wanted. Now the man is suing several of these women, as well as moderators of the Facebook group and parts of social network's parent company for $75 million.
Shut up! Shut up!
Look,
where is this? Tennessee.
You're suing because people are saying you're a piece of shit. Italy?
No, the guy's from Chicago.
Chicago. Damn, Phil.
It all started when a woman posted about Nico Nico D'Ambrosio, whatever. She described him. He got very clingy very fast, flaunted his money, and kept talking about how I don't want to see his bad side. Don't do that. Especially when he was on a business. This is fucking the Hulk. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. This prompted a
He's a fucking Italian gangster, apparently. Like, goddamn, yo. He's Tony D'Angelo. Fucking Tony D'Angelo. Yeah, I work in waste management. You don't want to see my bad side. Now come here, let's get a deep dish on you.
I went out with him a few times over a year ago. He told me what I wanted to hear until I slept with him. And then
shit, Mike, is this you?
Right, like, hey, I feel like there's a 75% chance it's gonna be any nigga you probably date. But he'd been posted here before. The poster said he sent her a slew of text calling her names because she didn't want to spend the night with him. Another group member, damn. So I assume because you a piece of shit. Fuck. How does that make sense? Like they got receipts. A bunch of women got receipts.
Yeah, this dude is.
He looks like the type.
This ain't. Yeah, he does look like the type.
Nah. If that episode we got you in a fucking group chat, like no, just hang it up.
Remember that episode of Seinfeld?
This is like the plot of like a movie.
Guy, in the gym, she wanted to date that guy in the gym. This is who he reminds me of.
Oh yeah. And he thought George was pissing in the showers.
Oh, George was pissing in the shower.
Yeah. Different pipes. You don't know. It's different pipes.
It's all pipes. It's all pipes.
Yeah, this is who he reminds me of. And that dude was a bit of a dickhead too. So
Yeah, it follows.
Yeah, just 75. He's trying to sue Facebook for $75 million because he's a dickhead. And women were like, "Yo, this nigga's a piece of shit. Steer clear."
That's not Facebook's problem.
That's not how that works.
That sounds like your problem.
If I'm a judge and you come into my fucking courtroom with that, I'm like, get the fuck out.
Should have started at 75,000. Beat it. Idiot. All right, here you go. My story. A woman allegedly tries to kill husband over postcard from another woman he dated 60 years ago. A 71-year-old woman is accused of assaulting. Chances are. A 71-year-old woman is accused of assaulting and trying to kill her husband of 52 years over a postcard he received from a woman in Turkey that he dated 6 decades ago. They say we get wiser and more understanding when we get older, but apparently jealousy never ends for this woman. Bertha is facing. Yeah, that's her name. Bertha is facing charges of attempted murder and aggravated battery on a person 65 and older. Sounds like you're trying to get into Silver Shadows. After allegedly attacking her husband in a fit of rage. According to the arrest report, the woman tried to smother her elderly husband with a pillow after learning he had received a postcard from a woman in Turkey whom he had dated around 60 years ago. The attack occurred at the couple's condominium and left the visibly frail man with bruises and open lacerations on both of his arms and stomach area, as well as bleeding bite marks. I would say get a divorce, but it might be too late, dog. You can't get away fast enough. Where are these people from?
Florida.
Yeah, I was about to say Florida, yo, because it sounds like Bertha.
Bertha. Crazy, dude.
Elderly, trying to kill you over stupid reasons. Like it just feels like a Florida story.
Well, okay. Let me give you her full name. All right, this may help. Her full name is Bertha Yalter. So the answer is
Florida.
In fact, Florida. It is an old Jewish jelly.
God damn.
Yeah, you guys fucking nailed it. It's not often you guys go 2 for 2. You both get it correct on the first guess.
This is fucking wild, man. Damn, she looks Really old. Lord.
Yeah.
And real crazy.
How old is she?
She's 71. She's
stay off of
younger
drugs,
than Ernie
yo.
Hudson.
God.
She's 7 years younger than Ernie Hudson, yo. That's gross. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yo, she not playing, yo. Don't ever get a postcard from that bitch in Turkey. Like, yo, relax. It was 60 years ago.
60 years ago, yo, it was 1963. Dog. Yo, he got that fucking postcard when Kennedy was assassinated, and she's pissed. She's angry. Dog. Like, come on, man.
How are you still mad, yo? He's with you. He's terrified to leave the house. Yeah, birthday ain't playing, you know. Bite your ass up. All right, trailers this week. House of Ninjas. This is a Netflix series about a family of ninjas. That's exactly what it sounds like. The weeb in me is going to be forced to watch a few episodes of this. Apparently, it's a family of ninjas who are like brought back out after being dormant for a long time. But they're given a new assignment because shit's going down, and so they're like, "All right, bet, let's get out there and do our ninja shit." Michael, you said you're probably not going to watch this. I'm shocked that you would not even give this a chance.
I got too much stuff to watch. It does look good. You know, if it catches the cultural zeitgeist, then I will move it up on the list.
Right.
But as it stands right now, no, I'm not gonna. If it was a movie, I'd be all about it. But you know, there's just too much TV out there.
I need these to be like 30-minute episodes.
And I don't think they will be. I think they will be. I think they will be anywhere from 48 to 62 minutes.
Oh, that's a lot. Terrence, would you watch this?
I mean, it's ninjas. Again, like, I don't have Netflix, so people are gonna have to tell me this is good before I invest in the time to watch it. You know, like, I don't watch shit on Netflix unless someone tells me it's good.
No, that's fair.
That's how Netflix works for me now.
I mean, look, I don't even think that's crazy. I really don't. According to AsianWiki.com, it has a very positive rating. So we'll see.
Asian Wiki.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a reliable source or not. But they would know. There's a Knuckles series that was trailer dropped today. Idris Elba is back as Knuckles. And he's just like punching shit. It looks like a lot of the original characters from the movies are in this. Sonic is in it. Some of the human characters and stuff like that. Tails is in it as well. My guess is to a limited degree. Yeah, like I feel like if you like the movies, this is kind of an easy choice.
This
looks fine.
Yeah,
I like
it does. I didn't watch the Sonic movies. I was a Mario guy growing up. I don't really give a shit about Sonic.
The best player.
I like the games and all, but you know, the greater lore of Sonic, I don't really give a shit. Right? It's about I remember Sonic used to be about like animal rights. Does Sonic like save animals anymore, or is he just like, anybody got any chili dogs? Like, is he that?
I think it's more of the chili dogs situation, but yeah, I mean, he's like saving the day and like regular shit, but then like Robotnik is there and stuff like that. By the way, they announced that the third movie is a go, which isn't surprising, and Jim Carrey is coming back, which is also not surprising.
That Kid Cudi.
All right. Look, man, I hope that
I
this
think it
is
is
for
Kid Cudi.
whoever it is for.
Yeah, it's weird.
Is it Paramount Plus? All right.
Why does
I
Kid
don't
Cudi just
know what
show
to
up in the weirdest of
say.
projects?
He just random.
I don't know if you've ever
Random.
seen Kid Cudi before, but Kid Cudi's kind of weird. Kid Cudi's kind of weird.
Like I
Like, it
don't.
doesn't surprise me that he's in this. It doesn't, but he's a weird artist. I like the guy. He's
Yeah,
a
I'm not
weird
mad
artist.
at it. It's just every time he shows up, I'm like, why is Kid Cudi in this? Like it's weird.
Yeah,
this
like
is
House Party. Like, why is Kid Cudi in House Party?
the new one.
What's that movie?
Yes, the LeBron James. Like, we're gonna steal LeBron James's championship ring and have a house party or whatever. Like, he's in that,
That's weird. I think it's weird that anyone was in that movie.
and he like dies in it. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I will never live that. I will never let my wife forget that we watched that on her recommendation.
Hold on. Does he die? Is he playing himself?
I think so. I don't know. He's part of like an Illuminati or something like that.
All right. That's
And,
enough.
uh,
That's
and
enough. That's enough. That's enough. To save my brain from damage, I'm not listening anymore about that fucking movie. Absolutely not.
It's not good.
Yeah, it didn't look good. A Quiet Place Day One. I've never seen A Quiet Place. You guys will have to tell me if this looks good or
The Quiet Place movies are good if you don't think about them. Like, if you don't think about any of the logic that goes on in the movie, then they're fine. Like, it's like the aliens detect you by like hearing, right? They have super sensitive hearing. But like, I think it varies because like they can talk and like they found this one spot under a waterfall where they can talk, right? But then they try to be silent throughout the rest of the time. But then like at one point, Emily Blunt is pregnant and she gives birth silently. Now, you guys haven't been in an operating room with a pregnant woman while she's giving birth. I haven't been in an operating room with a pregnant woman while giving birth, but I was in an operating room with a pregnant woman while she was being cut open and having a baby taken out of her. And even then, it wasn't completely silent, right? Like, because are you with us? Are you with us? Right? Like, you gotta keep talking to make sure that the person is, there. So
yeah,
I don't know how the
baby
fuck
thing. How does a
I don't know. Yeah, and then when the baby comes out, right? Like, generally, just to make sure it's breathing and all that, which my first son didn't do and scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's common.
Because he's a dick.
He's like AI. He was like, psych, nigga. Got your ass. Turn left.
Like if you just start thinking about like at one point Emily Blunt steps on a rusty nail
through the foot.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
And it was just like nah.
You don't have that type of wherewithal. I don't give a fuck who you are, what the situation is.
You stepped on a
you gotta
nail?
let that one out. Yeah, the first one was good. The
second one kind of did a little too much. Like,
too much, and
they're
this
trying
one
to
looks like it's doing a little bit too much more.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, they're trying to go more like, I don't know if it's action, whatever you want to call it, but it's getting like more and more just blockbustery, and that wasn't the appeal of the original film. Now we've talked about Aliens earlier. Alien was like a bottle film horror movie, but Aliens was an action movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are trying to take that route, and I don't know if this is a story where these aliens, they go by sound. So, okay, if you make noise, they're going to kill you. We know that. What's going on? This is day one. Okay. When they just murdered a whole bunch of people. Cool. What are the stakes?
So, like, does it does it?
Oh, it explains where they. I'm wondering. It's not going to explain where they came from because it's just it's just an invasion.
The sky.
Yeah,
the sky. It came from the God.
I believe that. That's real. Does the other movies wrap it up? Like, do they figure out like, oh, if we give the aliens water or whatever, or is it just still kind of the universe is still going?
So in the first movie, spoiler alert, John Krasinski dies, right? Like he dies to save his family, and they realize that like he has one of his children is hearing impaired. The young actor playing his daughter is hearing impaired in real life, and they realize that there's a certain frequency in her earpiece that they don't like. And they figure out what that is, and then Emily Blunt like pulls out the blicky and just fucking bam, right? And then just shoots him, right? And then life just kind of keeps going on. And then the world just kind of adapts to not talking.
Do they have to hide, or they can just like walk around and go to Starbucks, but they have to like sign language?
No, they're still hiding underground.
They're still hiding, but like they can live. They live, you know. Like at one point in the second movie, they're on a compound or some shit.
They're on a compound? Is everybody doing sign language? But everybody's just doing sign language.
Yeah. They find like soundproof like rooms and stuff that they can just kind of go in just to have a conversation. Like they find bullshit ways to get around the whole premise of the movie, right? Like
I don't like this.
Which is why I really don't like the second
studios. Like, get out of here.
The second one, I think the second one ends like she still got her earpiece, and they find like, you know, Woodbury, whatever the fuck. Like, what's the town in the Walking Dead, right? But there's like a radio studio, a radio station, a tower, and you know. She's got the whole like earpiece frequency thing, so you just like blast that throughout the airwaves and fucking freak them out. The end.
So it freaks them out. It doesn't kill them.
I don't know what it does. I forgot. Like it irritates their fucking ears because they have their hearing is so sensitive, and this particular frequency does it kill them or like stun lock them?
I don't think it kills them. I think it just kind of stuns them because I remember Emily Blunt, you know.
Yeah, she stunned him and then blew his head off. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And other aliens, didn't hear the gunshot when she used the shotgun. Again.
Well, they were.
If you don't,
they were dealing with one on that.
Right. But if you don't think about it, it's fine. Right. But you see how you just automatically came to that. Like in the first movie, they have like 3 children. And the youngest child is like a baby, right? And he's just walking around, and he has a toy or something, and he presses the toy, and all of it. There are no aliens around, by the way. Okay, they're on a dirt path in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and all of a sudden he plays with one of these toys, and his brother gave him batteries or something to put in it so he could play with it. And the little baby hits the button. For some strange reason, they let the baby walk like 20 feet behind them for some fucking reason.
Was so far behind the family.
What the fuck are you doing, yo?
I mean, this is John Krasinski's family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no. And Emily Blunt, right? Like their kid?
Yes.
So they look like them? Yeah, okay, now that makes sense. It's either one of two things. Either that baby's got a leash on it, or they just let the baby just do whatever the fuck they want. Like that makes sense. It's true to life.
Yeah, and they let the baby the baby hits the thing, and some alarm, some toy alarm goes off.
Like a fire
John
truck.
And John Krasinski turns around, and he's like, "Oh no!" right? And he's running and he's running and he's running. And all of a sudden, vroom, the alien comes out of fucking nowhere and snatches up this kid like inches before John Krasinski could get there, right? Inches. That fucking thing heard this little ass toy do this thing from miles away. But like the second you shoot one in the face, they know where to be found. You know?
Hold
they
on.
know where to
Did
like
they
I said,
kill, did they kill the kid?
Oh, the kid is
killed
dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the kid's gone. Yeah, the baby gone.
That nigga up.
Baby gone. That baby was a chicken
but that's
nugget.
the other kid's fault. Why are you giving the kid batteries? Yo, we're in the middle of a
yeah, and like
exactly.
I'm good. I haven't seen these
Like I
movies.
said,
And I don't have a desire to.
If you don't think about it, it's fine.
It sounds really fucking stupid.
I like the first one. I like the first one. Premises,
don't think about it.
Very difficult. It's very difficult to like not poke holes.
Pick it apart.
Yeah.
I mean that's fair. I didn't watch Bird Box either for the same reason. Oh, don't look outside. Like, all right.
I know Bird Box was real dumb. Bird Box was real dumb. It was worse than A Quiet Place.
Yeah, I'm good.
Those niggas in Bird Box, they had to go to a grocery store. They had to go to Giant to get some fucking supplies, right? So to get in a car, they do that, right? I gotta walk to the car, can't see nothing, right? They get in the car. The car has like tape or something over the windshield, right? So it's covered up. So they're like, well, how are we going to get there? They pull out the fucking GPS on their phone and they drive.
But there are things in the road. All right, there's things in the road, yo. There's things in the road. Yeah. You can't just close your eyes and just drive just because the road is there. This is insane.
And this isn't like clear roads either. Like everything's
it's post-apocalyptic, right?
Yeah. Like they're driving as cars like parked in the middle of the street. This isn't a Tesla that like lets you know there's shit in front of you. You know,
they just in a Honda. Yo, shut up.
They're in an 83 Honda Accord.
That doesn't make sense. I don't like piss poor logic like that. That would really bother the shit out of me. That would really.
It was so fucking dumb.
Bird Box. All right, man, I'm good. All right, that is it for us. We will be back next week with another episode.
Don't watch Bird Box.
Don't worry.